the Martin Amiole-led assembly are looking at using the police, and I'm wondering, what can the police do in such situation?
Well, you understand that the police is one of the agencies of the executive arm of government.
Okay.
And if you know the three arms of government, you have the executive, you have the judiciary, then you have the legislative arm. So the executive arm of government enforces or executes the decisions of government.
True.
And if there is any agency of the executive arm that executes those judgments, it is always the police. So you see, the police has enormous responsibilities, especially to forestall any breakdown of law and order, to make sure that parties, irrespective of their position, maintain law and order, and also obey and observe the decisions of courts.
Even within the executive arm of government.
Which other executive arm of government? Now, yes, even within the executive arm of government. Right. And see, another thing that is important for us, for me to state here, is that we actually need to take a look at what section 287 of the Constitution, because there's always that argument that, there is a matter pending at the Supreme Court. If you take a look at what section 287 of the Constitution says, it says that the decision of a court of appeal is binding on all authorities and persons. Okay. Now, if you take a look at that judgment from the Court of Appeal, the other one vacating the earlier judgment of the Federal High Court seizing the allocation of Rivers State, one important remark that the Court of Appeal made was that irrespective of any appeal that has been lodged at the Supreme Court, it is binding on the governor of the Rivers State to obey the decision of the Court of Appeal.
So irrespective of whatever appeal has been done,
because there is no stay, you have to obey and enforce the decision of the Court of Appeal. So if you ask me, I think it's executive rascality for us to continue this trajectory. If you allow me now, just read what section 287 of the Constitution says.
Please do.
See what section 287 of the Constitution says. It says, decisions of the Court of Appeal shall be enforced in any part of the Federation by all authorities and persons, and by courts with subordinate jurisdiction to that of the Court of Appeal. There is a misrepresentation that people have, that it is only when the Supreme Court gives a decision that it finalizes an issue. That's not true. That's not the contemplation of the Constitution. Judgment of the Supreme Court, judgment of the Court of Appeal, even the same Constitution, in this section 287, says decisions of the Federal High Court, decisions of a High Court of a state, and decisions of all courts recognized by the Constitution should be enforced. So we now have a Court of Appeal decision. Why do we still have people who choose to disobey it merely because you think that you have lodged an appeal before the Supreme Court and you have not had a stay? Because there are two things you can do. A judgment may not be in your favor, then you can apply for a stay. If you do not get a stay, the best you can do is to obey that judgment of the Supreme Court, because even the Supreme Court will not allow you, because you're coming with dirty hands. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands.